Hey guys, it's me. It's been quite a while since my last video. I am now in the fourth and final semester of the nursing program, and I thought it was time to create a new video and give you guys an update. So in my last video, which was several months ago, I was finishing up my third semester, and in my nursing program, the third semester is where we do all of our OB, education, labor and delivery, postpartum, all of that, as well as our pediatrics and then mental health. So it was quite a busy semester. In my school, it's pretty hard to feel like you're on top of everything because we're being thrown all of this information and it's tough to keep up with. But I survived. I learned, I guess, in my third semester that I'm definitely not interested in being a labor and delivery nurse. I'm pretty much not very interested in pediatrics, which is a huge sort of spectrum of nursing care, which I wasn't all that in love with. And mental health also was not necessarily my cup of tea. But it was really interesting. I learned a lot. From labor and delivery, I was although I don't really want to be an L&D nurse, I was kind of fascinated during my L&D rotation seeing how much L&D nurses need to do. It's a very, very specialized section of nursing. It was kind of amazing to me that you could go in as an L&D nurse and show up at 7 a.m. and be a sort of floor nurse, and then you might need to take your patient to OR, and then you're an OR nurse and expected to do everything that an OR nurse does, and then you'll take your patient into PACU, and then you're a PACU nurse, and then you're back on the floor being a floor nurse, and you can do that 2 or 3 times in one day. L&D nurses need to know more specific skills and abilities than almost any other profession that I've seen so far in my nursing student career. My other sort of revelation in level 3 was mental health nursing. I got into nursing thinking that my 2 interests would be critical care, like ICU, and mental health. And after my mental health rotation, I sort of felt like I was a little disillusioned with mental health nursing. I really enjoyed my rotation. I loved the class. During the clinical rotations, I felt that the role of the registered nurse in mental health is not exactly what I want to do. The help that I feel that mental health patients need is not really fulfilled by the registered nurse. What I did learn was that you can become an advanced practice nurse in mental health psychiatric nursing, and that's something that could be interesting to me in the future. But yeah, so it's all been sort of a learning process. And then pediatrics, it was very overwhelming. I don't have a lot of experience with kids and infants and babies, and the pediatric nurses in the children's hospital where I rotated are expected to do everything. You can have a baby that's just a few days old. You can have a patient that's 18 or 19 or 20 or 25 in my hospital's case. If you've got pediatric physicians that have been following a patient for years and years and years, you might have a 25-year-old who still goes back to the children's hospital to see those same physicians. And it was just kind of overwhelming that you can have all of these different patients, and I'm just not that good or that interested, to be honest, in infants and newborns. So it was a little overwhelming for me. But very cool. It was fun to be in a totally different environment as well. And I have to say that the Children's Hospital here in Austin is fantastic. So I really learned a lot. I loved my pediatric intensive care unit rotations. amazing nurses here in Austin. I'm just not sure that I want to be one of them, at least not yet. You never know. So anyway, after that, I had a nice long summer break, and I've now started back up in my fourth and final semester of the nursing program. Very excited. I have about 104 days left until my graduation, so it feels like the end is sort of in sight, and I'm super excited. This final semester is it's a continuation of sort of the main med-surg stuff. We're not doing any real specialty divergence, but this semester is a lot more focused on critical care. So ICU sort of topics, everything that's kind of what nurses in the ICU need to know. That's exciting for me because I work in an ICU and as a nursing assistant, and my goal when I decided I wanted to become a nurse was always to be an ICU nurse. So all of these topics are very exciting to me, and I'm happy to be back in it. I felt like last semester I was just sort of coasting through a program that didn't really relate to what I was, working toward, but I'm happy to be back in this kind of feeling where, oh yeah, that's what I want to do, and just wanting to absorb every bit of everything that I'm learning. So it's good. As far as clinicals, I think I'm going to really enjoy my clinical experience this semester. I live here in Austin, Texas, and we have a lot of hospitals here. I've rotated in many of them, but one of the biggest hospitals, I haven't been there yet until this semester. I finally got to go there for my clinical rotation, and I think it's going to be good. I'm rotating sort of all over the hospital. We will be rotating through the cardiac unit, where they do everything from heart attacks to heart transplants and everywhere in between. Apparently they can handle anything cardiac related. We also will rotate through a renal pulmonary unit, which I've experienced quite a bit in my nursing assistant work, but not so much in nursing school. So that will be really interesting to see sort of that dialysis and all of the renal things that are going on there. And then we are also going to rotate through an oncology unit, and that will be my very first time in oncology. So it will be interesting to experience. Then we're also going to rotate through emergency, through ICU, and then we have some rotations where we follow a charge nurse, sort of in the more of the management side of things. So I think it's going to be a good semester. I'm super excited. My third semester, I actually was not very excited. It was more something I wanted to just survive and get through. But this semester, I look forward to every day of it. I have, from what I've seen, I have really fantastic classroom instructors. My clinical instructor is also my classroom instructor, and I think it's just going to be really good. So I'm super excited. There's all kinds of things we're doing outside of the classroom setting to prepare to graduate. We have all kinds of applications to our school for graduation, all kinds of things we have to do with the Board of Nursing to apply to take the NCLEX, and I'm interviewing already for nursing jobs. I'll probably make a separate video about that, but it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm trying to stay focused on the classroom stuff, but already we're kind of being pushed into looking for nursing jobs. So it's super fun, and I'll keep you guys updated as we go. I've got, as I said, almost 100 days left until I'm done with nursing school, and then we'll be taking the NCLEX and we'll be becoming a registered nurse. So super fun. If you guys have any questions, please put them here in the comments below, or send me an email. Follow me on Instagram, and I will be in touch very soon. So thanks for watching, and until the next time, bye guys.